Hi, my name is Atis Jamison, and this is the movie I made. I learned how to make movies while working as a wedding videographer in the Orlando, Florida area. I didn't set out to work in weddings, but it's like you always hear. A friend of mine got married, and we're watching the videotape of his wedding, and I'm watching it thinking, I could do this. No, I could do this better, probably. So I bought some equipment and did some pro bono work for a year or two, and that really paid off. Led to some referrals, and before I knew it, I was getting paid for my work. Now, 1 year after my first official paid videographic job, I started my own company, Weddings on Videotape. Our slogan was, if you've got a wedding, we want to tape it. People liked my style. They liked that I wasn't afraid to take risks, get the shots you wouldn't expect. Try to convey what it's like to be the bride or the groom, what it's like to be in the wedding party, to be a guest at the wedding. And as much as I loved it, and I did, there's nothing else in the world like it, I started to feel like I was going through the motions. I had done upwards of 2,000 weddings, 15 or 20 bar mitzvahs, and I needed to do something more. Each wedding had become a mini movie to me in here. So I knew it was time to make a movie. In September of 1998, I saw this on the evening news.
And believe it or not, all 445 pages of the Kennestar Report can be accessed through our website. As long as it keeps working, right, Kim?
That's right, Jerry. And with less than 16 months until the year 2000, technological paranoia is running high, as you'll see in Part 6 of our special series, Millennium Profiles, Doomsdayers and Naysayers.
I'm going to be ready for all hell to break loose. And that's why I got my own private supply of food, water, guns, and gasoline. And I'm not crazy or stupid. I've got a computer. I've been to the internet, been there and done my research, and there's going to be no computerized alarms to stop the looting. There's going to be no computerized water pumps to put out the fires. It's going to be this kind of apocalyptic, the Mad Max and the Thunderdome kind of thing, or the Dawn of the Dead movie, where there's zombies everywhere, and you think you think that the mall is safe, but it's not, because there's zombies there too, and you got to shoot them, but you got to shoot them in the head to kill them. You can't shoot them in the arm, because you shoot them in the arm, it just makes them madder, and then they're after you, and before you know it, you're a zombie too, and you're trying to eat your friends, and your friends are after to shoot you in the head, and I'm not going out like that. So yeah, I've been buying a lot of food.
I've been working with computers all my life, and I personally can't imagine that anything's going to break down. Maybe one or two people lose a function of their VCR, but that's about it.
My VCR doesn't work right now, so I guess I'm all right.
I was intrigued by the mechanic and those like him who would live the coming year of 1999 in fear and dreadful anticipation of what they believed would be the end of civilization as they knew it. Now, historically, there have always been doomsday theorists, those who believe that with the passing of every 1,000 years, the world might just end. It is the fascination with this extreme belief that drew me and my crew to the town of Grand Haven, Florida. My goal? To chronicle 1 year in the life of one family and their preparation for the year 2000. I first met Carl Foster on the internet in a mercenary/survivalist chat room. After several emails and one personal meeting, Carl Foster agreed to let me and my crew record his family for 1 year. And that's what we did when we were living with the Fosters. Carl Foster, a Vietnam veteran and a newspaper carrier with a large motor route, is a man of strong convictions. He believed, like the mechanic, that our reliance on computers would end in disaster.
This is the mother lode back here of our research, buddies and mine. We've got papers stored back here from 1990 to 95, fragmented. You okay back there, Atis? Where are you? Where are you? Pull out a paper. Tell me the date.
It's like April 16th, 96.
You're okay. Turn left and then come on right straight through. You'll be all right.
Carl's wife, Connie, is an elementary school teacher who loves her family and supports Carl unflinchingly.
When I think about the future and what might happen, I think, well, you know, this could be very traumatic for these little ones, but little bones heal fast.
Kate Foster is a high school freshman involved in the dramatic arts, the theater. Kate believes in her father, and he has inspired her to be an activist for vegetarianism and other environmental issues.
When I'm bored and have nothing else to do, I draw on my hands.
Chris Foster seems like he must have been adopted, for he is a very well-adjusted and normal high school junior. Very popular at school as an NFL-bound wide receiver on the varsity football team.
The coach says if I keep up catching like this, I could possibly go on to maybe a Big Ten school, or if I want to, play like community college, I could probably be like the best player ever there.
And Buddy Daniels, not actually a member of the family, but he might as well be, as he is Carl's right-hand man on the newspaper route and his best friend. The Fosters also have 2 pets, a dog and a bird. We began shooting at the Fosters on New Year's Eve, 1998. In addition to the family, Carl's father, some of Connie's co-workers, and Kate's boyfriend Mike were there as well.
Waking up for me?
You good?
Yeah.
I don't know what they're having a party for. It means there's only 1 year left. If everybody were ready, then I'd understand, but they're not. We're not prepared, they're not prepared. We've got a lot of work to do yet. There's nothing to celebrate.
You go back. It's like, wow.
I'm so glad you could make it. Carl, everybody's wondering where you are.
Still working, honey.
Well, come on.
Need a drink for Buddy?
You want a drink? You come up here and get it and join the party. Candle.
You got it! It's great!
And then we got to decide what to do with the house and all the contents. Gonna have to pull the kids out of school at the end of the year. Yeah, there's a whole lot of work to do. There's not much room for celebrating now.
Tapes are done, Carl.
This is it. The ball's about to drop.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Oh, you
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, sweetie. This is going to be the year of the football.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Happy New Year! Oh, Happy New Year! Up to now, it's been planning. Now we're going to prepare. A lot of things are going to be happening this year. They're going to be different than you've ever had before. One of the things, for example, is this, and I know that you kids have been using this for homework sometimes, but the Commodore 64 has got to go.
Why?
The older ones, like that, have chips in them that look 1 full year ahead. They're going to start to fail now. They're not going to wait until the millennium. There's going to be general breakdown of everything that has anything to do with a computer. And computers run the world. They certainly run the United States, and they run the state of Florida. So we are going to be prepared. And that's what Buddy and I have been doing, is starting to get ready. Now, we haven't been up to the farm yet to work on the bomb shelter, but we're going to be doing that quite a bit for the next several months. We've done our flood drills and the fire drills and the tire changing drills. We're going to have to step these up, do these more frequently. For example, I think maybe you've had a flood drill once in your life. We're going to have several. We're going to cover ourselves with food, dried food, and plenty of water to cover 2 years.
Think we're going to be in for 2 years?
Oh,
Well, I think it's a very strong possibility,
Well,
son,
honey,
yes.
you know, you got to remember that your dad was not in NAM for nothing. You know what I mean? He is going to have us ready. Nothing like that's going to happen to us. So, yeah, it
So
probably will be.
probably like just a week.
Could very well be.
Well,
Could
son,
very well be.
your mom tends to be optimistic. I've told her a lot about NAM. I was there. That's where I started to learn how to plan, using the U.S. military system of planning. I think you'd better get yourselves mentally set for 2 years.
How are we gonna know
Could
if we can come
be.
out or not?
Oh, we're going to have a radio down there. We'll be able to listen. We'll know
And
what's
that
going
brings
on.
up the fact that batteries, you know how I've already started saving them and you guys were kind of wondering, but that's why, because we need to think about keeping that radio working.
You know, if we're down there and we have everything that we need, and there's people that try to, you know, get our stuff, what if, you know, maybe like the Thompsons next door, you know, they don't have anything, and they know where our shelter is. What if they think they're going to come get some of our food?
The minute we let one other person in, it reduces all of our lifespans by 3 months. 2 people, it more than doubles. It reduces it by 7 to 8 months.
So we're not ever going to kill the Thompsons?
Oh, honey, no, 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 no. I don't think we even have to think about something that awful.
Son, I think it's probably safe to say that it could very well fall to people like us to lead. For one thing, there won't be that many people. Hunger, disease, the plague, fighting among themselves will have taken out an awful lot. And for another, the people who are left aren't going to be in the same physical and mental and emotional condition we are, which is strong to get up there and lead. Number one, no matter what, you're going to be alive. You are going to be alive.
Okay.
And you can do everything with that. When Buddy and I are together and we're clicking, we can get it done in 1 hour and 3/4. That's moving. That's moving. We're not stopping and chatting with people.
Oh, no.
We're delivering papers.
We get good exercise.
Oh, yeah. All right, you're just putting it in those like that. That's good.
That's right.
That's good. And then we take these out and give them to each of our customers. And with a little note in there that I've handwritten that asks them to save the rubber bands that are on the, and they do. See you in about 1 hour and 3/4.
All right.
Carl and I met now back when I was working at Disney World, and Carl was there working on a story about how Disney World spends millions of dollars a day on electricity, and they really should be spending some of that money helping to patrol the borders of Florida and Texas.
Why would Disney World be responsible for doing that?
I don't know.
When you say he was there doing a story, what do you mean?
Well, Carl used to have a cable access program.
Welcome to another episode of My Country, My Heart. This is my country. This is my heart. We're here at an American factory. We're standing in a park in the middle of small town America. What is this doing here in the middle of a park? It says water. Isn't that what the government said about Love Canal? The water is pure. What about 3 Mile Island? This says water. What would you need water in a park for? At a factory, American tool and die, where the doors were once open and people bustling about, now the fences are broken, the weeds are growing out, people scattered all across the nation. This is my country. This is my heart. Channel 43 Access, Carl Foster. I'll be here if you're here. See you next week.
This is Buddy's place.
Through here. You guys are gonna have to clear out some of the brush, maybe.
Oh,
to
yeah,
get
quite a bit.
the work done.
Let me get down the other end. We've got a top here. We're not going to need this at all. No.
Does it come off?
So that'll come right off. I think we can tip it up.
All right.
Push. Then this
So this is the door you're gonna use
No.
for the shop?
this door's got to be repaired.
We're gonna
As a matter of fact,
we're gonna put a new one on here.
I guess
I'd like to do some brickwork down in here, buddy.
you could
gonna
take
be-
a look in here.
It's going to be the steadiest that we've got.
Now there's
solid stuff.
there's some old bed springs in here. I don't know if you can see them here, and there are stars on the walls. And I don't know, the significance. Is that something that you did, buddy, or is this already here?
That was there before me.
Okay.
Then I'm thinking if we do brick, put an arch over here, we're going to have to run this, buddy, we're going to have to run this about 40, 50 feet this way. And then 20.
You're gonna take out this wall here.
Take that out and then just go straight back. I think 50 by 20 living space, that'll do. We've got all year to do it.
Okay.
This is January, we got until next December.
Right.
So we have time. We've planned this well.
All right. Well, let's. There's some bad odors down here.
Little
so
musty down here, Atis, isn't
We
it?
should probably move up. We should probably move up out of here
Yeah.
as soon as we can.
Well, let's see. You can take English, language, French, Spanish, or something. Creative writing.
I'm already taking that. That's on my schedule.
Oh, right. Oh, what about psychology or trigonometry or something?
I'm already taking psychology too.
Oh.
I was just gonna take that drama class.
The drama class that Mrs. Anderson taught?
Taught. The one that she teaches here.
Oh, Kate, I thought you knew. Mrs. Anderson is taking an early retirement.
Why?
I guess she had enough.
I couldn't believe my favorite teacher was quitting. Without Mrs. Anderson, I didn't think I'd be able to start up the drama group. That wasn't until Miss Reynolds mentioned the scholarship.
There is about a $300 scholarship available for students who already have an established theater troupe with people in that group who are actors.
Well, they will be. They are actors, and I will have them by next week. I'll have them by next week.
Listen to what you're saying. You're saying, I will get, I'm able to get, I'm sure I could get this together.
I'm sure I could.
I just can't give money to someone who has an idea. What if everyone just gave money to people who had ideas? What would happen? I have an idea. Let me call Coach Falva right now and see if he'll come down and talk to us. Oh, Will, did I catch you at a bad time? It's Jasmine. Hi. Yeah, I have a student here who's interested in the drama program. Yeah, I know. Well, listen, we were just wondering if you could just stop by for a minute and talk to us about it. Well, I know. Okay. All right, well, we look forward to you. Okay.
Well, so you're taking over all of Mrs. Anderson's things next year, right?
That's right. That's right. Drama instructor / football coach.
Right. So did you have theater in college, or what?
No, I didn't have any theater in college. I watched a lot of movies, though.
Mm-hmm.
Went to some plays. Watched a lot of television.
Right.
Coach Falva's theatrical qualifications were minimal, but that didn't stop him from acting like a producer.
There's absolutely no way we can get that scholarship to you this year.
And with that, Kate's dream would have ended had she been an only child.
Okay, now are you related to Chris Foster then?
Yeah.
Okay. Chris has done some great stuff for us, and I'm interested in his best interest too, as well as his family's. Hey, you got it.
Well, I I don't want you to just give this to me because of Chris.
Oh, no. No. There's nothing to do with that whatsoever. Right now, Kate, just based on what I've seen from you right now, I think definitely you qualify.
Well, this is all new. We're gonna have to get salesmen out here and pick these up to be on our route. We could increase our route again by double.
Every day, about halfway through the route, we'd stop and get an ice beverage or a snack and then drive to a park nearby to recharge. Park in the same spot every time. And we wouldn't talk at all, just prepare ourselves mentally and physically for delivering those last 100 papers or so. Then when it was time to get going, we'd be ready. We were ready.
Now you know you love going. We only go to church twice, and you always have a good time.
It's just twice a year, Katie. No pouting now.
I wish
no
we could-
pouting in this car.
I wish we could cheer her up,
No,
though.
our family doesn't do that. Do they still have that music before the service? You know where they do?
I don't think so. I don't think they've done that for a few years.
Uh-huh. Then we have a little bit of time, and there's a little bit of pouting going on.
Uh-huh.
I know what we need.
What?
We need flat tire drill.
Oh,
Yep.
honey. Oh, I wanted to be at church early.
Well, we got time to make it if we do it right.
Oh,
with an emergency.
okay, but please. Put your tie in your shirt. Carl, put your tie in your shirt, honey.
Never done it with a tie.
Okay?
No, we
better
haven't.
at that. Full tire change?
Now we're 2 minutes and 15 seconds into the book. Looks good.
Okay.
All right, let me have this. I'll pretend to take off the lug nuts.
Okay.
Kate, let's get the tire over here. All right, hold her up there and let's see what we got.
Okay.
Good, then I take the lug nuts off. Put the lug nuts on. There are 5 of them, so we're gonna do this realistically. It'll take a little longer. Yeah, all right, good. Then put the spare tire, the tire that we just blew in the bag.
That's the pretend real tire, right?
That's a pretend real tire. That goes in the trunk.
I gotta do my job. I gotta put this back
you
on.
gotta get
Okay.
that, honey.
Could
You
we
gotta
save,
do that.
save time if we just left the bad tire on the road?
No, throw it in the trunk.
Get your ties
Step
out,
over
guys.
here.
Get your ties out.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, and back in the car, and
We should have like those hand soap things, you know?
Carl,
In case
That's
we're
a
going
good
to
idea.
church.
go.
I know I've gone a little longer than my allotted 20 minutes, and for that I apologize. But I would like to just summarize what I've said this morning, and I think that there's one clear way to do it. I'm sure many of you are thinking the same thing as I talked about these words from Psalm 305 out of our red hymnal. Camina, pueblo de Dios, camina, pueblo de Dios, nueva alianza, en la nueva creación. Praise be to God.
I understand that you also have a piece of poetry that you'd like to read for us?
Yeah. Actually, I just wrote it this morning in math class. Okay. The earth is my room. I'm suffocating, crawling from my mother earth. Crawling, gasping for air.
Oh, wow, that was very interesting.
Thank you.
Are your parents supportive of this? Do they? Yes, my parents are very supportive. My mom's real cool about it. My dad is the coolest about it. I think I get my creative side from him. He used to write quite a bit.
The story begins as two GIs look for some R&R at a bar in downtown Saigon.
Hey, Joey. Did you see the horse back there?
Yeah, man. There were some good piece of
Right on.
Hello, GI. How are you?
If I buy you beer, will you go to bed with me?
Well, I like beer, but no money, no honey.
Move over, Asian whore. So, Lieutenant Gregory and his best friend Joey, I thought I would find you in this Saigon saloon.
It's General Breedlove.
What are you doing here, General?
I've come to get you and to take you back to the front lines.
I'm never going back. Damn Charlie.
You need to get out there and kill Charlie.
Shut your face, Breedlove.
You owe me. It's time to get back into the real action. Not this kind of Asian whore action, but the real military action that's waiting for you out there.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
Let's go. Which way?
That right out there, like that. Oh, that Lieutenant Gregory. He a cutie. I think I love him. Then you are going back into jungle?
Yes. Yes, I must go back. The General Breedlove requests my presence.
But you may die.
That's a possibility. But you are my angel in this hell on earth.
You will come back to me?
Damn it! I'll be back, and when I return, I will marry you, my sweet, sweet whore.
I am only 14 years old.
Damn it!
Not woman yet.
You're a woman to me.
No!
We're here today to have the first rehearsal for our little group with Paul and Diedrich and Carol and Leanne. We're supposed to meet at 3:30, so people should be showing up soon and pretty excited about it.
Okay, so we're gonna do something like the Christmas Carol, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Sounds good.
Good idea.
Like if we each... Dad!
Hi, hon. How are you?
Good.
Good.
You made it. I didn't think you were gonna make
Yeah.
it. Thanks for coming.
Is it okay? Am I too late for anything?
No, here.
Oh, good.
Sit, come sit. Sit next to me.
So, how's it going?
Good. Good.
And you guys, have you been rehearsing, or have you? What are you doing tonight? What have you been working on tonight?
Well, we decided on main theme, I guess. Yeah. Like she said, the Christmas Carol.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That'll work out great. Do you have a like a name for the group that
The Conscientious Objectors.
works?
Yeah.
That works. And if you don't like it, it's something you can work on, and if you like it, then you'll stick with it. You'll know. It'll feel right.
I thought it was great having Mr. Foster come down and suggest some ideas for the show.
We're going to be doing the shows mostly for elementary kids, and some of his topics were a little scary.
Euthanasia is built into now in this year into assisted suicide. Address guns in schools. I think teachers ought to be armed. The students would know that the teachers would be there with an armed response when they walk into schools with guns of their own. I think that's the way to handle it.
But we are dealing with elementary students again. I mean, it's not a good subject.
Young man, I'd like you to leave.
Dad.
What?
Dad.
Oh, well, yes, all right. When you're more serious about this and you want to discuss the issues as they really are in the world out there, then I'll be able to come back, honey, and deal with this and work with you on it. Until then, just talk it over among yourselves and see what you can come up with.
Carl was gone, but Kate also wanted the show to take some risks.
I mean, he did have some good points.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I guess.
Assisted suicide? I mean, that's a big one. We haven't thought about that yet.
That's good.
Yeah.
With the summer fast approaching, Carl and Buddy's work on the bomb shelter went into high gear. As soon as the shelter's foundation was in place, contractors began installing the utilities.
We dug in, put the gas and the water in here. We asked them to leave this stuff here when they cut the brush over the fresh diggings so that anybody going by isn't going to see that. They're not going to know.
Yeah, they're going to suspect a thing.
It wasn't all work and no play, though, as Carl and Buddy played a little joke on me while showing off the electric fence that runs through Buddy's small farm and garden.
It's worked real fine, but it's off now.
Yeah, it's pretty high voltage.
Yeah, show them, Buddy. Grab onto it.
Just kidding.
A little bit more of that electrical fencing now. Let's check it out. Never gets old, does it?
You got it again there, Carl.
Okay, love that.
Having had their fun, it was back to work, loading a portion of their combined firearm collection into the shelter. According to Carl, every gun has a story to tell. If that's true, then I guess Carl's right. Rita Partridge is the regional subscription manager for the Chronicle. She is essentially Carl Foster's boss.
No, I'm riding along because, frankly, Carl, I received your letter of resignation, and I'd like to talk about it with you.
I gave the Chronicle 8 months' notice. Some would say that's a little excessive, but it's a big route, and they'd need time to find and train a good replacement.
Carl, you know,
Yes.
I know there have been a number of stories in the paper about
In our paper.
what's coming. And I want you to know you can't believe everything you read in our paper, that sometimes we're trying to fill the paper. Some of it is just wrong.
Oh, Ms. Partridge, I think you got that wrong. I think maybe that it's very serious. I think it's a whole lot more serious than most people are giving credit to. In fact, frankly, I'm a little surprised that you haven't taken some more precautions yourself. I think to be a supervisor, to believe that you're naive and oblivious to what's going on and not protecting yourself and your own family. I think that's...
Now that is completely
that's
insubordinate,
irresponsible.
and I've never, ever heard that tone from you before.
Well, I've got to tell you, we're talking about life and death here.
I think I'm going to have to accept your resignation.
Well,
I don't think you're
that's
the
good.
kind of material the Chronicle needs. I want to thank you for 15 years of service, but
Done a good job.
I think I'm going to recommend that you go to your bomb shelter, count up your gallons of water, disconnect your computers, drive this car, and you... Carl?
I'd like you to leave.
Buddy, very nice to meet you, and you too.
We'll talk again. Carl, do you think we should leave her walking, really?
Well, do I have any choice?
Well, you could apologize.
Well, you apologize for what? For Y2K? For the precautions I'm taking? What would an apology do? I don't understand. Family comes first.
This was a gift from Carl's father. He has been to UFO crash sites, and this is made from the material found at those crash sites. This is, to me, this is just incredible. This is indestructible. We have dropped it, I can't tell you how many times. Will not break. You cannot damage this in any way. And it is so light. You look at it and you think pewter, you know, something heavy. I have to be careful when I pick it up. Honestly, I have to be careful that I don't, like, you know, throw it up to the ceiling, because this is like air. I'm gonna want to take this outside. Could we just, you know, like, stop for a second? Is that possible? Okay.
Sure, okay.
Okay, all right. Hi. Oh, hi, honey.
Oh, I have been so waiting for you to call me back. Yeah, listen, they're filming.
After the incident on Valentine's Day, I had become suspicious of Connie's secret phone calls.
Take 5 minutes.
Sure. Yeah, just down the hall, first door on your right.
Okay.
Okay.
Great, thanks.
Yeah, you bet. No problem. Okay.
My cameraman needed to use the restroom, and in his haste, he forgot to lock down the camera. He also forgot to stop recording. Well, when we reviewed the tapes, I couldn't believe what I heard.
Oh, hi, honey. Yeah, it's me. Oh, listen, I am so sorry, but we're going to have to change our plans for tonight. Yes, can you believe it? Carl called to say that he wants to go to a party, a Valentine's Day party of all things. I know Valentine's Day has always been our day.
She wasn't talking to Carl then, and she wasn't talking to Carl now.
I am going to a teachers' convention in Columbus, Ohio, July 4th weekend. Do you believe it? The whole weekend. I have the hotel booked. It's already paid for everything. We could have the whole weekend to ourselves.
I was torn between my obligation as a filmmaker to tell the truth and my obligation as Carl's friend to make sure that no one ever saw what you're about to see.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, I know. I love you too, honey. Yeah. Can't wait. Okay. Yeah. Bye-bye.
She's coming in. So is everything okay? No
yeah.
emergencies, right?
Right. No. No, just a friend. Just a friend.
Good.
Yeah.
Ready? Here we go.
We are the conscientious objectors to societal life.
Basically, we did the plot from A Christmas Carol, which is the story of that old guy who takes a magic carpet ride through life and then ends up giving a turkey to some midget kid.
You mean Tiny Tim?
I don't know. I don't think he had a name. But anyway, we called ours a girl named Carol because we already had a girl named Carol in the group, which was really lucky.
Independence Day always meant preparing for the family trip downtown to see, not fireworks, but Grand Haven's famous musical fountain.
It's the biggest in the world. Biggest musical fountain in the world. Water goes up, they play music all at the same time.
With Connie away at her teachers' conference in Columbus, Ohio, there was plenty of room for Buddy to tag along. So off they went.
We got the same spot staked out that we had last year.
Dad!
Yeah.
Dad, you want me to lock this up?
Yeah, lock it. What are you doing? Go on in and put them on.
Dad, I'm not wearing those again this year, okay? This is my senior year.
This is the last chance. Maybe we're going to get a chance to do this as a family. Go in and put them on now. We've only got a few minutes.
I have to tape this.
All right.
As part of the family's 4th of July tradition, they stopped off at a popular hot dog joint. There had been a price increase, though, which seemed to disturb Carl. He haggled with the employee, but it was clear that the employee valued his job more than this sale, and Carl valued his principles more than this meal.
Oh, well, then never mind.
By the time the family made it through the crowds to the blanket Carl had staked out for them some 2 weeks ago, everyone was hungry.
It has begun.
Chips and pop.
And Chris couldn't understand why his dad refused to buy from any of the food vendors.
So what am I supposed to eat?
We have plenty of stuff here. We've got pretzels, chips. We got
I've had it all
over here. Well, there's more in the freezer. Get some out
You're
of
sitting on the freezer.
I can get up. There's lots in the freezer.
It's not like I'm some vegetarian and I don't need to eat anything. I play
Take
football,
a check,
Dad. I need
see what we've got inside there.
I've had it. I've had everything. Everything we got. Just watch the show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. I am the Grand Haven Musical Fountain.
Arguing with Chris again about dinner only served to remind Carl of the commercialism that has ambushed this national holiday. That didn't sit well with Carl, so he stood up.
All right, let's get going.
He stood up against the army of tourists brainwashed into believing they could trade their country's independence for a $5 hot dog and a few colored lights in the sky.
Every great cause needs a martyr. In this case, 4.
Hasn't been done ever before. It's been done here. Not going to get caught up in paying $20 for a pronto pump. Maybe get the blanket in the center. Chris, get the brakes.
So why did we even bother coming? What was this all about?
I don't want to hear any more about it. That's enough. Oh, Pete's sake, I know what this is. Everybody's upset with Carl. Everybody here angry? Everybody mad? I know what we need. We need a flat tire drill. Let's go for it. Flat tire drill.
Well, we beat the traffic.
This year's Independence Day was truly a day of independence for Connie Foster. I called in a favor from a friend of mine who videographs a lot of birthdays and company picnics in the Columbus, Ohio area. He agreed to follow Connie and the acquaintance she planned to meet with. Well, Connie had obviously made many other secretive phone calls planning this weekend, as her gentleman caller was waiting for her as soon as she arrived in town. And she didn't waste any time showing him her gratitude. Had he not been running backward, this may have been our first glimpse of him. According to my videographic friend, when Connie wasn't at the teachers' conference, she was with the man I could now confidently call her secret man friend. The level of deception was staggering as they held hands like school kids on the way to an early evening movie. Their laughing and easy conversation as they split a pizza at a local tavern. And perhaps most unnerving was this fella's ability to keep us from getting a good look at him. Unfortunately, I knew I probably hadn't seen the end of this.
So Carl, what do you and Buddy do to keep this fresh, to keep it from getting boring and stale?
Well, I don't know, buddy. It never gets boring, does it?
No.
I don't know. I never thought about that. I never get bored. You get bored?
No.
Well, we get new mailboxes in now and then, and that's different. This particular one, I like the way they've grown the beach grass around. It goes right up into the box. That's kind of cool. And then new customers come along, and
sure,
we get glass.
See it. What are you doing?
Oh, we've got some glass out there.
Someone break something?
Oh yeah, we get this several times a year. We get bottles there. People are careless, and we got to take that out. Otherwise, we'll take out tires.
Whoa, whoa!
Oh my gosh! Oh no!
Geez.
Oh, buddy!
Ow! Ow!
Buddy, are you all right? Oh, I'll call 911.
I'll get my cell phone.
Oh my gosh!
Buddy spent nearly a week in the hospital, and we were denied access. It is now almost 2 weeks since the accident, and doctors say the nerve damage in his legs will require numerous surgeries, and that he will likely be bedridden for 5 to 8 months. Carl had told me Buddy was independently wealthy, but now with the added expense of medical bills, I couldn't help but wonder where all the money would come from. Tonight I found out.
The invention, I don't know if Carl told you about this, but the invention
He didn't say what it
that,
was.
that I came up with was this fanny pack. Now, have you ever seen anything like that before?
What is it?
That's a fanny pack. Look at that.
It pops up to you can just, and that's where you just suck on it from that?
Yeah. I have a copyright patent on a fanny pack.
Well, thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
Thank you. Can I keep it?
Oh, sure.
Honey, dinner?
Oh, right. Okay, drill's over.
All right, good.
Nice job.
Good job, you guys. Hey. Very, very stiff, yeah.
Are these for us?
Yeah, rubber bands. I asked the customers to save them. They return them about once a year. Put the newspaper in.
You make them give you back your rubber bands?
Chris, put the newspaper in. We gotta get going. Got over 190 more deliveries. No, keep the rubber bands.
Oh.
We use those again. Recycling.
All right. You ever hit a mailbox?
No, never. That one jumped out and bit me once.
What's that supposed to mean?
There's supposed to be a 6-foot setback. They put it out too far.
So you hit it?
It was too close to the road.
So you hit it?
The side view mirror did.
Were you driving?
Yes, Chris, I was driving.
So you hit the box?
It was too close to the road.
Okay.
What are you doing?
That's hot.
Huh? Yeah. It's annoying.
You just want me to sit here and be completely quiet and still. I'm supposed to recharge.
Snapping a rubber band is not recharging.
What am I recharging from? This isn't hard. Just putting my hand out the window.
Buddy and I finished this in 1 hour and 45 minutes. You see how long it's been? We're only half done.
Why is it taking us so long?
There's a difference between a pro doing this and somebody who's learning. You're a learner. When Buddy's there, we can get it done.
This is what I'm doing. How can I do that faster without you tearing off my arm? I think it's bullshit, this hour 45.
We don't use language like that.
Sorry.
The proof is in the pudding. It's been 2 hours and we're here. And we're only half done.
Maybe I should drive. And then you can do the hand thing. Because I can't possibly drive 45 minutes slower than you drive.
Guys, today is the day. Mr. Henry's coming in.
Oh.
Remember, we've talked about him earlier, and he's going to be around for a couple of days. So he's going to give us a whole lot of expert information about how to deal with our home and our lives for this Y2K. I've hired him, got him at a really good price. I was really, really lucky.
Oh, honey, good. I'm glad to see you. This is Mr. Henry. He just got in. This is my wife, Connie. This is my daughter, Kate. She's 15.
How are you?
Christopher, how you doing, Mr. buddy? Henry, this is my son,
Good to meet
Chris.
you.
Well, shake his hand, Chris. Show him
Good to see
that
you.
he's a guest.
All right, super.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carl Foster and his family are the same as any other American family, but with 3 key exceptions. They know what's coming, they want to be ready, and they don't want to die. And that's basically my job description.
What are you doing? Hey, good morning. How you doing? Mr. Henry, remember? All right. Just trying to do a little exercise here. Keep the old flabby dab down. I guess you and I are roommates here for the next few days then.
Yeah, and I like to sleep in on Saturday.
Oh, you do? Oh, great, super. You wouldn't want to happen to switch bunks, would you?
No.
Oh, you'll keep the top? Sure.
Keep the top.
Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna get rolling here. And you sleep in. Alrighty?
You hit the light? Can you hit the light?
This way. Okay.
So there's stuff in both barns?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got some stuff over here. I know it can't all stay. Some of it's gotta go. Yeah. I think all stays an understatement. I don't see anything here that's gonna survive. So this is definite red tag. Yeah, we've got that here. Insect electrocutors do not make it. They do not pass the litmus tests. Okay, and this wheelbarrow's gotta go too. Seed spreader? Yep. Yep. They're not planning on using seeds after 2000. All right, let's do this. The barn's red, so let's save the sticker, and the barn's red, and we know that that needs to go.
Everything goes.
Everything goes.
Okay.
All right.
The big blue books list items that by the year 2000 will be potentially dangerous, or maybe they just won't work. I tend not to use those because I've memorized most of the items in the books. But here is something kind of interesting. These are what I call alert indicators. Now these are specially constructed just for me, and we pin these on various items in the house. Now, if you look at the red stickers, those are the items that have to be gone by the year 2000, no questions asked. The yellow items are those that the jury's still out on. We're still not sure. And then the green means go. Go ahead and keep them. So you'll notice too that there's two bands of red here, and that's primarily because most of the appliances here in America, at least, are on the verge of extinction.
Okay, and what are the blue dots for?
Hmm?
Oh, yeah, the row of blue dots.
Yep, I sure do, right here. Mm-hmm.
Well, the other colors each have a specific function. I mean, you didn't mention the blue yet.
So you say. But I think I know my job, and I think I know what I'm doing. Any other questions?
Mr. Henry's stay was expected to last only 3 or 4 days, but went on much longer as he made his way through the house, placing his alert indicators on every conceivable surface. From the bikes in the garage to Connie's favorite food sealer. And as Mr. Henry's visit wore on, the family's patience wore thin.
Okay, this mixer right here. See, but it's a classic 3. A classic 3. It's gotta go. I'll tell you what. Why don't you let me go ahead and get in here, and I'll take. Oh dear. All right. I'm gonna be a few minutes, so let me go ahead and get started, and I'll get with you. Still talking? Chris? Chris? Christopher. You know, I'll be honest with you, Carl. Things would get done a whole hell of a lot faster if I didn't have a bad back, if I didn't have problems with that. You know all about that.
Yeah,
if I didn't want to run into your whole family every 5 seconds, running around trying to tag stuff.
Okay.
And if this damn camera crew wasn't here, okay, with the lights and the cameras and the buzzing and all that type of stuff, I'd be able to get things done a whole lot faster.
They're documenting
the
the whole
blame.
thing.
The blame lies around me, not in me. Okay. Hang on. Let me finish that. I gotta go drain the weasel here a second.
God, don't you know how to knock it out?
Okay, I'm
Get
very
out!
sorry. I'm sorry. I
Told you to get out!
Okay. If you need.
Damn it, get out!
I'm sorry. Ready?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Go ahead. What's the problem? Up you go. Up you go. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Come on.
One more time. Giving me a chance.
Come on, get mad. Hike! All right, let's try it one more time. Up you go. Up you go. I'm just playing the game. All right? Let's try it again. Over here, you're going this way. Here we go. Hike! There it is. See, now you fumble. See, now I get the ball, and I can go anywhere I want. That's all over. See, and I can tackle you any way I want to do it. I just want to know if you and I are okay. Are we cool?
Yeah. Yeah, we're cool.
We're buds.
Yeah, we're buds. We're cool, whatever.
Okay. So we're tight then.
Yeah, we're tight.
Finally, after about 3 weeks, Mr. Henry gathered the family for a final lesson designed to help them get used to the idea of getting rid of all their stuff.
Now, to encourage that, I kind of thought of a little fun game. Call it a test, whatever you want to call it. The stuff that we were supposed to get rid of on December 31st, we're actually going to get rid of now. I picked 10 items at random, and we're going to go ahead and load them in my car today. These would include the vacuum cleaner, for example, has to go. The World Book encyclopedias, the TV VCR combo from Chris's room, a chemistry set, countless items. And I think if we load those in right now, get them out of here, we'll be a lot better off. It'll get you, that clean slate. Get that stuff out of here. And I think that'll be real beneficial.
There we
Take
go.
care of those for you. Thank you.
Yep. You bet.
Alrighty. Well, that'll just about do her.
Oh, thanks for coming, Mr. Henry.
You betcha. You
we
betcha.
all appreciate it.
Fantastic, fantastic. The forms that you gave me there, you'll be getting updates of those. I'm guessing maybe a stack like that, just showing some of the new products that are not Y2K compliant. And
Great.
So forth. So,
Thank
all right?
you.
It's been great working with you. Thanks
We
a lot.
appreciate it very
Okay.
much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
After Mr. Henry's departure, the few weeks remaining in summer flew by as regular football practices began for Chris's senior varsity year.
Been playing for a while now, and the coach he's put me right up there on the top of the team, he says, this year. And actually, when I tried to tackle him today, I didn't even fall down. And I think that shows a big improvement. And I think when I get home, I'll probably practice for a couple hours, and hopefully my mom made some manwich. So I'm pretty hungry.
The end of summer was also crunch time for Kate and her conscientious objectors.
Dietrich's over there working on his choreography for the dolphin dance, and Paul's over there working on the lyrics and the music for his song about the environment.
Kate's on-again, off-again boyfriend Mike even brought in large cardboard boxes from his job at a bike shop, which were quickly and magically transformed into the customized dolphin costumes for the dolphin dance. With everyone's schedule becoming full, even Connie had to help out with the newspaper route. But no one could replace Buddy, and Carl always made time to stop by, if only for a quick lunch and an update.
Hey, Budman.
Yeah, here I am. Got your juice. And a little something for you to eat.
Oh, yeah, this will be a good one. So I'm pretty busy out there. We're working on the electrical work and stuff. Got the contractor up, so we're gonna be working on that. I can't stay long, but I wanted to bring you something to eat and,
Sure,
getting your feet. I'll stop back later as soon as I can, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Take care. You're looking good. Looking good, buddy.
No, not the guy. The chick looks like E.T.
Yeah, she kind of does.
I usually don't have people over to the house. I called up a couple friends and they came over and we were just hanging out. They were looking at the yearbook and it was a lot of fun. And I really thought Dad was going to be cool and just let us hang out, but he had to be Carl Foster.
Who's here for a beer?
It's
great with pizza. Okay, 2 here? Like one? Okay.
Just pop for me.
You getting them beer?
I think you can handle it. You're big boys. We're real close to the right age in any case, right? That's great. I used to play a little football myself when I was in high school. You knew that, son. You've seen the pictures. You've seen the yearbook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
That's fascinating.
Equally fascinating was Carl's ability to bring the conversation back home.
Any of you have some guns?
I hunt.
What have you got?
12 gauge pump.
Perfect. That's exactly what you're going to need. I recommend double-aught buck. Small spread gets most people, but at the doorway, that's all you're going to need.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you might want to consider, if you haven't been with a woman, after the new year, you're not going to be able to be.
How many have you been with, woman? We're going to be in a bomb shelter, but I don't have room for any more than 5 people. And I wouldn't want you to make a mistake and come over, because I'm armed. And if I want my family to survive, well, you show up, you blow up. Anybody want to go in the hot tub?
You coming? No, I don't think I'm gonna go. What? All right. Just stop back here. Just be careful.
One kid staying. Hold on a second. One kid staying. One kid staying.
Your situation, it's different than those other guys. They've got a mom and a dad, and the raw fact is you don't. Your mother is going to depend on you. Have you ever fired a weapon before?
One time in Boy Scouts.
Okay, that's not going to be enough. That isn't going to be enough. You're going to need to go to a sporting goods store, and you're going to have to get a rifle, a shotgun, and a pistol, just like I was talking with these other guys over here.
Okay.
And you're going to have to go out frequently, every day for at least an hour, and shoot those. Now, this is going to cost money. Shells aren't cheap, but neither is life.
I think I'm gonna go to the hot tub too. Guys, I want to go home. Hey, well, thanks for coming over, guys.
It's 2:30 a.m., statistically the most common time for household fires.
Fire drill, fire drill. Let's go, honey. Connie, up and at 'em. Katie, let's go, honey. Fire drill, fire drill.
Come on, sweetie.
Let's go. Chris, up and at 'em. We gotta hustle. Let's go, let's go, let's go, son. Fire drill. All the way, all the way. Keep low, keep below the smoke.
Come on, honey.
Most deaths in a fire on a house are due to smoke inhalation. Keep down, keep down. Jump back down. Let's go.
What time is it?
I
have a game tomorrow.
I have to play football tomorrow? Yep, let's go. You can hustle. This will be good. This will be good hustle for you.
What time is it?
Motion lights are working. Okay, stay on the concrete.
raining.
Hustle, son. Get away from the fire. Don't want you to get burned. There we go. Stay on the concrete. That's not going to burn.
I have a game tomorrow.
Hey, stay right here.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're all here.
I have a game tomorrow.
Come on, Kate. Let's go.
Done.
Now, we all know what's going to happen is the media is going to be here when there's a real fire.
Okay.
Can we go
So
back
let's talk
now?
about this.
Can we go back inside?
What is going to be your statement to the media?
I have a
We have to
game
do statements.
tomorrow.
Let's
Honey,
skip the game, go into the
through
statement.
your
Fire
statement.
statement.
Get my little brother. He's burning in the back bedroom.
Oh, it's
I
your
would
statement
tell
to
them
the
that I'm
press.
tired. Go put out the fire.
Oh, honey.
Connie,
I would say we may lose all our personal possessions, but that doesn't matter because the only really important thing is family, and we're all here.
that's right. And that's exactly what I would say too, is we're out, we're here, we're safe, we can rebuild.
Okay.
Yes,
all
we
right.
can go
Come
back
on.
inside, but we are going to have a discussion tomorrow about these statements. Those are important. We're not going to want to look like fools on national television.
We were all really excited about our first show, and the senior center was actually a good venue. They weren't exactly ready for us, though, and there wasn't any stage crew, so we had to do everything ourselves. Which is okay, because we aren't on Broadway yet. But the actors were responsible for setting their own props. That's how it gets done. And Miss Jeffries got the piano the way she likes it. It has to be perfect. And by the time we got everything in place, they were ready for a show.
Good afternoon. During lunch today, we have high school students who are going to be putting on a show for us. So give them a round of applause.
We are the conscientious objectors to societal lies.
Christmas Carol, but ours is called A Girl Named Carol.
Hey, Carol. I am the ghost of keeping the environment clean.
I'm the ghost of animal rights.
I am the ghost of corporate imperialism.
I'm the ghost of why do you do what everyone else does?
We are the ghost of communal living. And I'm also a vegetarian.
What do you see here? A black man? A white man? Racist! Homophobe! I'll do yours. I didn't want it. Just straight up. Just here.
Keep going.
A little more.
Keep
A little
going.
more.
This dance piece is called Dolphin Safe Tuna. If just one person watches this, it will be worth it. Help me.
Toxic waste are not people.
Animal testing are not people.
Government mandates are not people.
But you are people, Carol.
Carol is a people too.
Thank you all very much. How many people here like fast food?
Thanks a lot for coming. Thanks a lot for coming.
We're the conscientious objectors.
Thanks, come
Thanks
again.
for having us.
Come again.
Bye.
Thanks.
I was gonna do. Stop it.
What was going on at the end there?
Well, at one of our last rehearsals, Kate said she thought we needed to end the show with something really memorable.
I wanted to do this thing where I'd ask everyone if they liked fast food. And then I'd pick one of them, and I'd tell them they were killing cows and that they should be vegetarian. And then I'd pour this fake blood stuff on them.
We all voted the idea down. I mean, we could get sued. But I could tell she still really wanted to do it. I'm just glad we were fast enough to stop her.
Part of my job as an educator is to teach my students that different people place different values on different things. And I always teach a unit on U.S. currency. You know, the weight of a penny, how many pennies in a dollar, how many dollars in a 20. But then I realized that in just a few short months, if any of my students were lucky enough to find $1 bill, they might need to burn it to stay warm. Then I remembered the barter system. Well, it's older than any computer. And I decided as a teaching tool to offer surplus food from the lunch program, like snack bars or milk or juice, for any batteries that the children were able to bring in from home. And as you can see from this chart, the children really got into it.
All right, next group.
I see the man that was out there on the hill the other day, Coach, at one of the other practices, and it looks like he's up there again with looks like binoculars. It looks like he's watching the players.
Hey, you up there! What are you doing?
Let's go talk to him.
All right, stay here.
Looks like he's on a cell phone.
Cell phone?
All right, he spotted it.
Hey!
What's the fastest way up there?
Where are you going? Up to the right. To the right. Where are you going?
No, he's gone. He's gone. Looks like we're camping out of this car. Yeah, listen, my name is Atis Jamison. I'm an independent filmmaker.
I don't care who the you are. You just stay right there. I'll call the cops on my cell phone, pal.
Well, yeah, you're not going anywhere without these. You're not going anywhere without these. I
I'm
want to
gonna
know
answer anything.
what you're doing. I'm here in Chris Foster's best interest. I want to know why you're watching him. Are you watching Chris Foster?
Who wants to know? Why should I tell you?
I am here in Chris Foster's best interest.
So am I.
What do you mean?
Eric Goldberg, NFL scout. Chris Foster.
If that's true, then I apologize. Because I apologize.
You know, a lot of the other guys, they would have been scared off by something like that little ambush that you guys pulled, but, you know, Chris, I wasn't going to give up on him that easy.
I got a lot of calls, but Mr. Goldberg was the only guy who took the time to try to get to know me. You know, and when we met that day, he had an application for me, and right on the envelope it said, Chris Foster, future NFL superstar. He said if I signed his letter of intent that day, he had a special bonus for me in the car.
Now, a lot of kids can't go into the NFL straight out of high school, but Chris had a good shot. I asked him to spend a few days at the winter training camp for the Miami Dolphins.
How you feel about that? Sounds great. That's what I've been wanting to do, you know, since I was 11 years old.
But it starts on the 1st.
First of the year?
First of the year, January 1st.
Now, Chris, the first of the year didn't work for you, did it?
No.
Why not? What was the problem with that specific date?
You know what the problem was.
I know. I'd like to hear it from you.
Okay, here's the thing. Like, my dad has built like kind of a bomb shelter, or he's building kind of a bomb shelter, and him and my mom and my sister and me and this friend of his, buddy, we're all gonna go in there.
What a complete waste of my time. I come all the way out to BFE. This little is yanking my chain about some crazy bomb shelter. I mean, come on. But on the other hand, the kid's got the stuff, and so I let some of it slide, and I'll give him some time to get his head on straight.
I want you to think it over tonight. Give me a call, and you tell me tomorrow, January 1st, Florida, yes or no. All right?
Okay.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Get back home. Eat your Wheaties.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, what was my gift for the extra bonus?
I had a football in my car for you. Give me a call.
I'll give you a call.
Okay, we're back. We gotta get behind the van. Get behind the van. Get behind the van.
I was never really convinced of Millennium consultant Mr. Henry's legitimacy, and my suspicions proved accurate when we took a weekend road trip and tracked him to a suburban flea market near his hometown of Fort Myers. Nestled amongst this honest flock, the wolf in sheep's clothing, Mr. Henry was revealed to be one of the lead shearers in the fleecing of America, more specifically, the Fosters, who are American.
Well, people here have been very cooperative as far as letting us get some footage. I think they're curious to know who Mr. Henry really is. He's someone that they've obviously considered a friend, and the fact that we are now, they seem to be investigating him, I think is a concern to everyone at the flea market. Look at him. He's like he's a carny, hawking his wares. He's got that pinwheel again, and he's just, looks like he's just saying pinwheel. He said pinwheel. As far as I can tell, he's just saying pinwheel over and over again. Pinwheel again. And he's blowing on the pinwheel.
Okay, that's it. That is When I saw what I believed to be the seal of meal from the Foster's house, I knew we had to get a closer look. All right, let's go. What we got here is this is a basic high 8 camcorder, and this is actually the bag that Buddy Daniels, Carl Foster's buddy, that bag, the hip sack like water bottle bag he invented. What we're gonna do is just take the cap of the water bottle part off it, and we ought to be able to slip the camera in and get some good footage. Mr. Henry would probably recognize me. We just had to hope he wouldn't recognize Daryl. Let's go, let's go. You can have it over your shoulder, kind of like a little purse, and you're just gonna have to be real aware of the lens just down there. Okay. I guess right now he's doing a pretty good job of looking like a regular guy. I think he just got a shot of that seal meal. That thing is great. Just looks like some hip sack. I know they're talking, but I can't read lips, so I have no idea what they're saying.
Yeah, this comes with a full set. It's all in the box.
Full set, this is?
Yep. See, everything's all included in here, all the pages and so forth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So.
Good. Yeah. As soon as I saw Carl's name in the encyclopedia, we had enough. Oh, he's right there. It looks like he's heading to his car. We got to get our stuff together and catch him in his car. Come on, let's get our stuff. Mr. Henry. Mr. Henry. Mr. Henry. Hey. Hi. Hey, we were in there and saw you. It looked like you were selling some of the Foster's goods.
Selling the Fosters. Yeah. There's a booth in there, and.
So do you tell the people? Do you tell the other people at the flea market that are buying this stuff that it's no good? It's not going to do you any good because it's going to fail as soon as it turns the year 2000.
I'll tell you what I would do is anybody who said, hey, is this going to be good in the year 2000? I'd tell them, you know what? I'll come into your house and you could pay me to do the same thing I did for the Fosters. You know, if I did that for everybody, there'd be nothing to sell because, I would have been in everybody's home then. But I do have to head out.
So you have no problem with Carl if he calls you?
No, he's free to call anytime. Anytime at all.
Truth is, I probably couldn't have afforded Mr. Henry if he'd charged any more. If subsidizing his fee by selling off some of my outdated items is how he stayed affordable, then I think that's noble.
And you don't think you were being conned?
No, if I was, why would he have bothered to continue sending Blue Book updates? Follow-through isn't something con men do. It's something noble men do.
I knew well enough to not try and change Carl's mind. And the Blue Books did continue to arrive. Carl and Chris spent many of their free moments applying alert indicators to items whose reliability status had changed.
Light's red. Okay. And all these wood crafts are yellow.
Though Chris was a big help, whenever he had the chance, Carl stopped in to see his good friend Buddy.
Buddy? Buddy?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Are you listening?
Yeah.
Okay. So you consider we're working on the shelter.
Carl didn't want the family or us to see the bomb shelter until it was completed. But it was getting close and he couldn't do everything alone, so I agreed to leave the camera above ground and help him with some of the final details. In order to ensure the dependability of the items, most were from the 40s, 50s, and 60s, before computer chips had fully infiltrated Americana. Carl confessed that he even included a few non-working televisions to help give the shelter the familiar touch of home.
Oh, honey, that was good. I ate too much. I'm gonna have to have jerky for a week.
Chris, come on in here and help your sister.
Atis, has my dad ever told you about the JFK theory he's got? Dad, tell Atis about the JFK theory.
You guys know that theory. Go ahead and tell it.
No? What is that? Sounds interesting.
Well, I Tell you what, Atis hasn't heard it. Why don't you get it started? And then the rest of us will sort of jump in wherever, you know, we remember a part. Come on in, gang. We'll tell Atis this story. This
Okay,
is...
I'm just going to load these last couple things on you right here.
You know, Kennedy was the first president in the 20th century not to wear a hat.
And American men following his lead stopped wearing hats. Huh.
Men deserted wearing hats in droves.
In that single action, they basically put a whole industry out of jobs.
Desperate times called for desperate measures.
And desperate measures call for desperate action.
And should something tragic happen to JFK,
Vice President of the United States.
Lyndon Baines Johnson, a hat wearer,
Also a hat wearer.
would be waiting in the wings.
The evidence. Fort Worth lies next to Dallas, Texas.
On November 22nd, the same morning that Kennedy was shot,
The president spoke to the Chamber of Commerce in Fort Worth.
Kennedy gave a speech somewhere.
Fort Worth lies next to Dallas, Texas.
the businessmen of Fort Worth,
As a thank you, gave him a hat and urged him to wear it.
they said, hey, put it on.
He refused to put it on.
He didn't wear it. I mean, he figured when I get back to the White House, I'll put it on.
And he never got back.
Later in Dallas, Kennedy was killed.
Shot in the head.
He was shot in the head.
Not only was he shot, but he was shot in the head.
A message from the hat makers.
A message from the hat wearers and the hat merchants.
And if you look at the Zapruder film, you'll notice
Governor John Conley
Was shot in the wrist.
right in the wrist.
He was shot in the wrist that was carrying his hat.
Lee Harvey Oswald was arrested for killing the president.
He claimed he didn't do it, that he was a patsy.
Oswald was not a hat wearer, so I believe him.
One non-hat wearer shooting another. It just doesn't make any sense.
A few days later, as he was being led through a cordon of hat-wearing police officers by two hat-wearing police officers,
two cops with hats,
Jack Ruby broke through the crowd
Wearing a hat.
and shot
blows him away.
hatless Oswald.
And then, was it a couple days later, Lyndon Baines Johnson,
Now president.
Putting on his hat.
Put on his hat.
Put on his hat.
sitting there in his office wearing his hat.
Put on his hat and formed the Warren Commission. A bunch of old school hat guys.
The rest of the family retired to the backyard to toss around the football as they did every Thanksgiving, leaving me thankful for this opportunity to talk with Kate.
I've been with you all for about a year now, and I can't really still, get, pinpoint, who you all are. And it would be nice to have kind of a one-word definition of, Kate is this, Chris is this. And I wondered if you thought you could try and do that for me.
Huh.
And you could start with your mom or your dad if you wanted. Can you?
I don't really know.
Okay.
I can think of some 2 or 3 word phrases, but I can't think of just one word for them.
Okay, can you think of, are any of the 2 or 3 word phrases, are those phrases that there's one word that means the same thing? And instead of saying the 2 or 3 words, you could just say the one word?
I don't know.
Okay. Would it help? Do you have a family picture? Maybe it would help if you looked at a picture and you could put you could look at their face and.
Yeah, we do. In the office. Oh, wait, sorry. Wait for that.
All right. So, one word for each member of your family.
Okay. Start with Chris. Chris is just a sellout.
Okay.
But wait, sellout's 2 words though.
No, it's actually hyphenated, so that's fine. It's a little harsh, but he's your brother, and that's how you feel. That's fine.
Okay, he's a sellout. Okay. My mom, she is just, she's glowing. My mom just glows.
Okay.
Okay. And my dad, well, he's just cool.
Okay. All right.
He's just cool.
Sure.
And me, I'm a vegetarian.
Okay, that's Try and think of something of who you are instead of what you are. Like vegetarians, what you are. So who are you?
I am a vegetarian. I'm independent.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. Yeah. But wait, who's this? Who's the last person?
What do you mean? Who's that?
What do you mean? What do I mean? I mean, who's the last person that's in your family picture?
Well, it was he.
Is a boyfriend or
took the picture. He was the photographer that day.
Well, if he's the photographer, who took the picture? How can he be the photographer?
Well, then he wasn't the photographer. He was the photographer's
Is
assistant.
it cousin?
He was the photographer's assistant that day.
Okay, what's the big deal here? What do you?
I think he was.
I don't believe you.
He was the photographer's assistant.
I don't believe you. He starts off as you don't know who he is, and then he's the photographer, and now he's maybe the photographer's assistant.
Grandpa's little quarterback. Come on out. Play a little
If
football
he's
before
the
it's too
photographer, how could he even be the photographer?
Where did you get this
We
photograph?
want to know who the person is in the end of the photo.
You know better than to have this photograph out.
It's up there.
Atis, I'd like you to leave, please. Turn off the camera. I'd like the camera off. Let me know when the camera's off. Turn it off.
Carl,
I'd like to know when the camera's off. Is it off? Turn it off.
The camera's off.
All right, I'd like you to leave.
Carl, we were having a discussion. Carl, we were having a discussion.
You and I
about
are
the
going to
picture.
have a discussion, young lady.
And what it looked like and who the people were in the picture.
He was just asking me to give a word.
I was just asking
You
her
know
to give
better
a
than
word.
you got that from up there? It was up there
She
for
didn't
a
even
reason.
think about it.
I didn't even think
She
about it.
didn't even think about it.
Well, it won't be discussed any further. It's over.
It doesn't need to be discussed any further. If you could just say who you are and what it is you do.
My name is Travis Garver Foster, and I'm a computer programmer.
Your parents are Carl and Connie Foster?
Yep, and Chris and Kate are my brother and sister, although I'm the oldest.
Could you briefly explain the situation between you and your father?
Well, as you know, my father doesn't have a lot of faith in technology, so you can imagine what it was like when I came home from my freshman year in college and came out and told my family that I was a computer science major.
That must have been very difficult for you.
And it was about 2 years ago when my dad started really freaking out about the millennium bug. I tried to explain to him it wasn't going to be a big deal and that I work with these things and he should be able to trust me. And he said, how can I trust someone who spends every day with computers and likes computers? Of course, you're going to take their side. I said, their side? It's not like I'm friends with the computers. They're just computers and I make them work. And he said, that's what they want you to think. I said, Dad, you're crazy. He said, I'd like you to leave. And so I did, and I took a job in Cleveland, Ohio, and I haven't seen Chris or Kate or my dad in a year and a half. And I only see my mother when I can drive down there or when she can sneak out to see me.
It was all starting to make sense. Connie hadn't been having an affair. The Valentine's Day call.
I know Valentine's Day has always been our day.
That's because I was born on February 14th.
The 4th of July trip to Columbus.
I drove down and picked her up at the bus station.
The movies for Cano's Pizza, Burger King.
The rest of the family liked McDonald's, but Mom and I loved Whoppers.
Well, the Fosters had managed to surprise me once more with this little episode, and I was happy to put it behind me and return to their normal lives, where I was feeling more and more comfortable.
I don't think any of us were too happy with the first show at the Senior Center. But the Meadowfield Elementary Gymnasiatorium, that was a much bigger venue. I mean, they actually had a stage. And even though we were asked not to use it for the performance, they had one. From the beginning, this show just had an energy. I mean, the kids were actively participating, and all the songs and the scenes just really clicked.
Excuse me, miss, would it be all right if we checked your bag?
Sure. Carol, you just killed democracy. The dolphin dance even went off without a hitch.
I didn't want it to end.
Well, the show had gone really well. I guess by the time any of us realized it was over, she was trying again, and it was too late.
Thanks for having us. But before we go, there's one last point I would like to make. Who here likes fast food? You like to eat hamburgers, huh?
And the next thing we knew, she was picking out a kid and going into her little speech.
You know, scaring the kid. Telling her how every time she eats a hamburger, she's killing another cow.
She says something like,
well, let's say for every 2 billion burgers sold, there's like 500,000 cows killed. And for every 500,000 cows, there's 75,000 gallons of blood spilled. I don't eat at those places, and neither should you.
And then she gets the kid to put out her hands and tells her that the cow's blood
is on your hands.
and then she just walked away.
Thank you. We're the conscientious objectors.
I felt really bad.
See all this blood on my hands? She gets in your hair. Sit down. Okay, it looks like blood. It's blood! The statement was wonderful. At least I got the point across. I mean, God, I went to the nursing home and they didn't at all. They didn't get it at all.
Kate, what exactly was the statement? You don't know?
Well, to not kill animals, to not eat fast food.
We trusted you. We gave you the money so that you could do something creative.
Just think of your brother. He decides to make a statement, all right? He wears a different color uniform.
That's
well,
good.
there we go. We're throwing the ball to the other team. We're throwing the ball. We don't even know who we're throwing the ball to.
What does that have to do with it? Doesn't have to do anything to do with it. Playing football and theater are two totally different things, and theater is much more worthwhile than football.
Well, I wouldn't get carried away there.
I couldn't believe that I had to defend myself to these people. And it wasn't even real blood.
Well, what was it?
I don't know.
I'll tell you what it was, young lady. It was a mistake.
What you did, Kate, took a lot of balls. What I want to know is, where'd you get those balls?
What?
Get out of here. You're out. Beat it, scratch.
I appreciate your help today, Chris.
It's okay. Dear customers, as of January 1st, 2000, I will be unable to continue servicing you as your newspaper carrier. Please call if you have any questions about your subscription or want to know how to survive the apocalypse. Happy holidays. It's kind of dark, isn't it?
Well, it lets them know that we're not going to be there for them. So the least I can do is to offer to help. Now, if they ask for it, I'll give it. If they don't, not my responsibility.
How you doing? Okay, well, we got almost everything out last week, and we'll finish it up today. I'm sorry. This is not exactly what you were planning on doing on Christmas Eve, I know, but it's getting closer, so we've got to hustle. All the things that were red stickered by Mr. Henry, and you've got that catalog, dear, those are going to go. I think we'd better do the yellows, too, just to be on the safe side. If you've got any questions about whether something should go or not, check with your mother. Chris, you're going to be working with me. Kate, work with your mom, okay?
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Yeah. Okay. This one. This one can stay. Okay. Okay.
That way? Yeah. Careful with the chairs. Excuse me. Still a lot left to do in the kitchen.
Okay. I think that's everything.
All right, good. Well, good job. Now, they're coming on the 28th to get the major appliances and the furniture, and that's it. So, I have a Christmas present for everybody. It's a surprise. So, everybody go in, wash your hands, grab your jackets, meet me at the car. Well,
Are we picking Buddy up and go out for dinner with
well,
us or something?
in a little bit, yes, in a way.
I'm kind of hungry, you know.
I'd like you to take a look at this. Here it is.
Oh my gosh! Is it the shelter?
Yes,
Is it done?
it's done a week early.
Oh, it's done?
Yes.
I'm so proud of you. What's that?
Well, that's a periscope.
Oh
yeah.
my
Now, come on over here. You've got to take a look at this. Come on right in. Yep. You remember that group birthday present we had? Well, this is our group Christmas present. Big family Christmas present. Go ahead, open it up. Go on down. Check it out.
Chris, why don't you get that son?
Wait till you see this.
It. Oh, look.
You are gonna
look at the bells. That is too precious. Well,
Yeah, that was Buddy's idea, the bells.
Oh my, it's kind of steep. Now be careful, you guys, okay?
Now go on down there and take a look.
Stay open.
Gosh,
Here, I'll hold that open, son. You go right ahead.
gotta come on this side. Oh, there's a wet bar down here, you guys.
Oh my goodness!
Look at how
Okay, I'll be right down.
and everything is up to date. It's like, you know, Y2K compliant. Oh, your father is so ingenious. Look what he's done. This is crazy.
Where did you get all this stuff from?
Great. Oh, we'll be comfortable down here. Oh, I don't believe it.
I know in Spanish.
Kitchen, a real kitchen. Oh, and Mr. Henry marked all of my things. I never thought I'd be able to cook.
Hey, Mom.
Oh, hi.
You see this bar area?
Yeah?
El hombre tiene cuerpo.
God. I wonder what's keeping your father.
Oh, I want to see too.
This is so clever. Kind of turn it around. And, oh my gosh.
What? Let me see.
Oh my gosh. What's going on?
What's up, Mom?
Carl? What's going on?
What happened?
Carl? Carl?
What?
Honey? What are you doing?
Well, I'm just taking the battery out, dear.
But honey, without the batteries, the car won't run.
No, that's the point, and I'm glad you brought it up. Connie, Chris, Kate, I've got a surprise for you. We're going to go down into the shelter tonight, right now, in fact.
Tonight?
Yeah,
What?
a
Oh,
week
no,
early.
honey, we're not ready to go tonight.
We got it. We're never going to be perfectly ready. Buddy and I got it done a week early. We're going to take advantage of it. Everybody out here is beginning to panic. You can see it. You can hear it on the news in the evening. This is the best time to go down. I am going to keep my family safe.
Oh, honey, no, I haven't
we're
even
gonna-
had a chance to talk to Travis and say
Well,
goodbye yet.
I understand.
My
Your
poetry.
things- I got your poetry in there, dear. As much as we could possibly put in there. Now, you couldn't have had it all anyway.
Dad, all I wanted for Christmas was a football. I told you that last year, and I told you that this year.
There isn't room for a football down there, son.
I don't even want
There
It's
isn't
your
any.
stupid shelter.
Oh, that's just
I was
great,
gonna ask
Kate.
if I could bring him with us.
That's just fine, Kate. You'd like Mike down there? Which one of us would you like to leave, Buddy? Your mother.
That's not
Would
what I
you like your
meant.
mother out of there? You could invite Diedrich down, too. And
not
Paul, and how about some of the others? I know, your brother could leave. You could have all your friends down there. You'd be the only one.
Let's just get in the car. You didn't take the battery out yet. Let's just go home and talk about it, okay? This should be a family
It's too late.
decision.
I've already buried the keys.
Buried the keys?
They're out there in the woods somewhere.
Well, where?
That's it. No more discussion. Let's go.
But, honey,
It's ready for us. It's got the food. It's got the clothing.
I don't want to go in tonight.
I know you don't, son, but it's for your own safety. You've got to trust me. We've worked hard on this.
Hey, Merry Christmas.
I think you're going to appreciate this. A year, even two, is not going to seem all that long. 3? We might have to go 3. It depends. Good. Now, isn't it nice down here? I knew you'd like it once you got in.
My family was gone. Well, see, Carl had called me Christmas Eve and told me he needed me to come and get Peanut and the bird a week early. No big deal, but when I got there and no one was home, I knew something was going on. So I headed up to Buddy's house in the shelter.
Mom!
Mom, please unlock the door. Okay, you're moving it. Okay, I know you're in there. Mom, Dad, we got at least a week left before New Year's. Come on. Mom, Dad. That's it. I'm tired. I'm not gonna do it anymore.
Travis, honey.
Mom.
Oh my gosh.
There is.
Oh.
Mom.
Travis. Hi. Oh, honey. Oh, I'm so glad you're here.
We've got a week. It's so cold out here.
I know.
Sorry, Dad.
We'll see you in a week, honey. Bye, Dad. Be careful.
Let's get out of here. It is way too cold out
I
here.
know. Oh, I'm so glad you came.
Let Mom sit in the front here.
Wake up, buddy.
Oh, Carl?
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you.
Hi, Carl.
Connie and the kids have gone. They're gone for a week. They're going to come back. But I thought you ought to know. And if you need anything, I'll just be outside here. Just give me a call.
Okay, Carl, I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, just call if you need anything.
Okay.
That's tough to see him like this. He came from the hospital. His legs are causing him a lot of pain. They've had to give him some drugs and stuff. He's kind of in and out of it. It's so different than when we're on the route and we're talking, we're getting the papers ready, we're banding them, and we're delivering. He's talk, and it's energy. It's all that energy that he's got. Now he's just, well, I feel bad about this whole thing. He'll be better. He'll be better. Night, buddy.
The week went by quickly, but the family made the most of it and their time with Travis.
What's up, Mom?
Listen, I just want to remind you guys, since all those little kids were in the water just a minute ago, don't swim with your mouths open, okay? You just don't know what they might have added to the pool. Okay, so just, be safe.
So we're not supposed to pee in the pool?
Chris, no.
I think it's too late.
Stop it. Get out of here.
Carl kept busy down in the shelter, too.
A, B.
Carl managed to find plenty of things to help keep his mind off of his wayward family, just hoping they would make it back in time, hoping they were all right. And indeed they were.
Fire drill. Fire drill. Fire drill. Get up quick. It's a fire drill. It's a fire drill.
Oh, what? Chris! Oh, you are so bad. Oh, turn on the light. Go to bed. Oh.
Hey, buddy. Buddy, here's your juice that you asked for.
As the days went by, Carl became more anxious for his family's return. But Buddy enjoyed all the attention he was getting, and the music.
B-I-N-G-O, B-I-N-G-O, and Bingo was his name, Mo. Pretty good, huh? All right, yeah.
On their last night of freedom, the family commiserated together.
Don't make me laugh when I'm trying to take a drink. You're drowned. You were little.
While Carl waited.
This time together.
It doesn't have to end,
Oh, I know, honey, but we need to get back to your dad. Oh, honey, thanks for everything. It was such a special week.
Hey, you guys are great. You're important to me.
I know.
All of you.
Hey, you ready, guys? Okay. Your dad's alone with us.
Take care of her.
Carl! Can you hear me? We're back. Can you open up the door, please? I know it's late, honey, but we're here. Better late than never, okay? Okay.
Guys, ready?
Yeah, this is it.
Sure we can't talk him out of it?
Oh, honey, I don't think so, but I don't think it'll be for long.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, sweetie.
Dad.
It won't be long.
Let's go. Come on, come on, come on.
We're coming. You're
See you,
coming.
Travis.
All right, here goes, sweetie. Go. Okay. All right.
Come on, come on.
It won't be long, honey. We'll see you again soon, I'm sure. Careful. Okay?
Yeah?
You take care.
I hope so. Hey, Dad. Take it easy.
Hi, sweetie.
Good to see you, Dad.
Bye, honey.
See ya. Love you.
Love you.
Love you guys.
Because we need to think about
The
keeping that
minute we let
radio
one other person
working.
in, it reduces all of our
I want to,
lifespans by
play
3
like community
months.
college.
I recommend
Probably
the
be
whole
like the
month.
best player
Small
ever there.
spread gets most people, but at the
Playing
doorway,
football
that's all
and
you're
theater
going
are
to
two
need.
totally different things. And theater
I
is
think
much
you
more
better get
worthwhile than
yourselves
football.
mentally set for 2 years.
How many pennies in a dollar? How many dollars
One
in a 20?
non-hat we're shooting another. It just doesn't
All
make
I
any
wanted
sense.
for Christmas was a football.
This is my country. This is my heart. I'll be here if you're here.
I'm going to be ready for all hell to break loose. That's why I got my own private supply of food, water, guns, and gasoline. And I'm not crazy or stupid. I've got a computer. I've been to the internet, been there and done my research. There's going to be no computerized alarms to stop the looting. There's going to be no computerized water pumps to put out the fires. It's going to be this kind of apocalyptic, you know, the Mad Max and the Thunderdome kind of thing, or the Dawn of the Dead movie, where there's zombies everywhere, and you think you think that the mall is safe, but it's not. Before you know it, you're a zombie too, and you're trying to eat your friends, and your friends are after to shoot you in the head, and I'm not going out like that. So yeah, I've been buying a lot of food.
Reports on the radio made it clear that things were fine. So after about 2 weeks, Carl said it was okay for us to come out. The school board reinstated me, so I went back to teaching. Carl meant well. If he had been right, he'd be a hero right now.
But he wasn't.
No.
Well, as soon as I got to a phone, I called up Mr. Goldberg, and he told me that I was already too late. But there was a second recruitment thingy that summer. It wasn't quite as big, but he said he could pull some strings and get me in, so I signed up for that one.
So you finally got that new football you wanted, the bonus from Mr. Goldberg.
No, actually, he didn't have any more. And I think he must have felt really bad because he gave me an atlas, just like a regular road atlas out of his car.
Well, I want to bring some attention to the Vietnam vets, like my dad. So I'm holding auditions in March to do his play, War is Hell Like.
That's great. Are you going to be reprising your role as best friend Joey?
No, I didn't think I should take on such a large role since I'm directing it. So I'm just going to play all the Viet Cong.
Well, even though my dad doesn't agree with my career choice, we are getting along a lot better now. I mean, when Buddy had a doctor's appointment for some physical therapy, we did the route together. And Dad said I was pretty good for a learner.
But you're still divided when it comes to technology.
Yeah, but his concerns have changed the way I program. In response to the Millennium Bug scare, most programmers are programming their year fields with 4 digits. But what happens when the year 10,000 comes around? That's why I've decided to program my year fields with a 32-bit integer. That should be capable of working until the year 2,147,483,647.
Wow.
The Boy Scouts say be prepared, and we were. Well, Buddy and I are back delivering papers now. His legs are about healed up. Miss Partridge wasn't comfortable with me coming back to the Chronicle, so we're delivering for the press. Only about 95 customers so far, but it'll grow. Only takes us an hour and a quarter, and we're still finding shortcuts.
So what's going to happen to the bomb shelter?
Well, Buddy might rent it out to some college students, but we'll definitely keep it functional because there are still a lot of possibilities out there. Some people say the real millennium is next year. And a friend of mine told me he heard on the radio where there might be a heating oil shortage. And like Travis said, even with his programming, it only fixes things until 2,147,483,647.
That's more than 2 billion years from now, Carl.
Oh, you'd be surprised at how that sort of thing sneaks up on you.
Yeah.
It's like one of those corn mazes back there.
What are those?
You know, they cut out the farm fields. They're making the cornfields into mazes so the farmers actually make some money.
No, I don't know anything about that. Huh.
I don't know why'd they do that. Sounds strange to me.
I never got lost in one of those.
Well, you didn't get lost here, eh?
I did get lost.
You just turned left at 96. Worked out fine, huh?
Yeah, I was lost, is what I'm saying. I'm saying I was lost.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm
Well,
saying.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
fine. I'm fine.
Quite a jump.